So I just gotta set this up. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2. What is this? All right. Careful with the what's the names? Music. Gotta refresh this.
This the mansion he been in a month. 55 million. That shit nasty. This is big.
What you talking about?
This spot Kyle was in with a marathon. 50. This how big it is.
Well, that's not the that ain't his crib.
I think he was renting out.
Oh,
I don't know if he
renting
bought
out.
it, but he was renting out. If he bought it, he tough.
You still streaming that
He just finished.
You still streaming that in that U-Haul truck in that Penske truck?
This where he was at in L.A. This where he was at. Just
You remember you was streaming in the Penske truck?
yeah, they got kicked out the AMP joint. Something happened with the AMP house. They all say different things.
Hell no. Ain't because they try to burn it down.
That was the whole prop set room with him and Mr. Beats.
Great discussion. Keep an eye on this stream shit. Okay, yep, it's on streaming on everything. All right. Gotta share real quick. Copy link. Facebook. That work. Okay. Throw this over here. Okay. Customization, monetization on. Save. Wait, details.
That shit crazy. The nigga with Jersey Mike said he got a $125,000 loan back in 1975 from his football coach. He just sold the company for $8 billion. Woo!
Oh, 8 billion.
Jersey Mike's is good, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like the jerseys. They really do got good sandwiches. That's a good name. It's Jersey Mike's. Jersey supposed to got some good subs, good sandwiches. I do want to go to Jersey one day, go to Philly. I just want to go eat. Take Philly and go hit New York.
All right. Let me see if this ain't gonna work correctly. Wait, control. Is it control? Where's it out? Is it out?
I ain't never seen this video for this dude. It's my shit, boy.
We live.
Oh, shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT High Thinking. And this is my co-host here,
King Savage.
King Savage.
What's going on today, fellas?
Yeah, we like I said, man, we gonna do it. We doing things a little bit different today. So there's a little bit of a corner show, Chicago Black Delegation, a little bit of a mix up here. So we gonna, like I said, we gonna be doing things a little bit slightly different on this show. Is for the most part, it's gonna go the same way. We have a line of videos to kind of react to, kind of talk about. You can call in any time. We're gonna get to we'll respond to any chats. during or between segments. During each segment, we going to just like I said, talk about a video from the beginning to end. I will outro each segment. Don't think that each segment is going to be intro. I mean, don't think a segment. I'm sorry. Don't think me ending a segment means that I'm gonna end in the stream. Anything like that. It just means I'm gonna be ending that segment. And when I'm going back to edit and all that stuff, I'm gonna clip it up and then turn it to his own video. So that's kind of how we kind of do things on this show. We appreciate any and all patience. So, but otherwise, yeah, man. So this kind of a new idea I kind of got going on. It wins like some days we may not have like a full roster or anything like that. So this is like the alternative, just to kind of keep the keep the content coming and stuff like that. And because there's always a lot of stuff to talk about. As a matter of fact, some things apparently trying to find out if we don't talk about certain things, the videos get deleted. So I definitely got to start pushing our videos from here on out. But otherwise, yeah, man. So like we got quite a decent selection of things to talk about today. Mostly to do with like different black social issues and stuff like that. But for the majority of this conversation is going to be coming from Glass and Malone and talking about the Drake situation. I think they have a pretty interesting perspective as far as what happened regarding that. So that's gonna be the first thing we talked about. Otherwise, we're gonna be talking about other things surrounding like black love and Ayanna Vest kind of has a lot to say about black men and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be a pretty decent conversation today. So yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in again. When y'all if y'all send some chats and stuff like that our way, we will definitely peep it. But like I said, we will only respond to it after every segment. You can call it, but however, you can call it any time. Completely open to any and all conversations. So, without further ado, let's get into the main event here. Like with no hesitations. All right, so I'm gonna intro. So as I said earlier, I'm gonna intro each segment. So like I said, don't be confused and stuff like that. If I seem like I'm just keep restarting the thing, you know what I'm saying? Just how we kind of run things here. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT, aka High Thinking, and this is my co-host, King Savage. And today, man, it's been a lot going on with this Drake situation. I mean, I kind of thought it was over. I think a lot of us kind of thought it was over, but apparently Drake has something to say, has a message to send to UMG. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Can you kind of break it down? So what's kind of happening with this whole situation regarding UMG and Drake? Like, does he have what's happening right now?
I mean, he has a claim saying that they tried to sabotage the battle in favor of Kendrick, basically possibly trying to mess with his money in the future because they was talking about he's up to resign probably for like $600 million. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he believes on a good authority. He has a whistleblower. He also had a team that worked in UMG, and they said they got fired because they exposed what they told Drake what was going on, that they were trying to humble him, so they can mess with his contract in the future. So that's basically what it really what it boiled down to.
And it's definitely some weird like narratives going around, like people thinking that he's suing Kendrick Lamar or a lot of kind of just misinformation and stuff like that. That's kind of getting passed around and stuff like that. But as what's been notified up to this point, that's very much what's going on right now.
These niggas are RICO, so this is serious. Like,
oh yeah,
this is a RICO. He's hitting the music industry. He's threatening them of a RICO. So that's a lot going on. I mean, that's some heavy shit right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's some heavy shit.
Yeah. Which if he were to successfully win this case, what do you think that's going to mean for the music industry?
I mean, I don't think he will win because they're just so powerful. But if he did win, I mean, he would destroy the music industry, and it was supposed that a lot of people they're not really as big as they think they are.
Because of these different type of bots and all these different ways they advertise.
They control everything, and they make so. I mean, they push it like Megan Thee Stallion. She got exposed for using about 40 million bots. When they took those 40 million away, her fans were down like 4 million. Like what? So she's not really a big artist. You see what I'm saying? But she gets paid because of what her stream says and what her platform says. And she has 40 million people because they believe 40 people people listen to Meg Thee Stallion. But when she sells an album, right, she can't sell 1 million records. So how do you have a following of 40 million people all the time, but when you drop an album, you barely have 90,000?
90,000 is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, same with Sweetie. Sweetie can't sell. She has over 20 million people on Instagram, Spotify, Apple, all these places. But when she drop a record, sell an album, it's 9,000.
9,000?
9,000.
Yeah, that shit's kind of. I mean, like at the same time, do you think the fact that we are like in a new like era, like new musical era, to say that like let's say people just want to hear singles and shit like that, right? They just want to hear. They want to hear.
Singles don't even sell. That's what I'm saying.
The singles don't sell either.
But all these people, all these artists have a very large following. These are they. When you look at them, you see them on TV. They always say they have this many people that follow them, love them, but nobody buys their product. So therefore, it has to be fake.
Interesting. So we gonna like I said, we're gonna see what Glass and Malone and his crew has a kind of say about a lot of stuff that's been going on, and because like I said, they can you tell us a little bit more about Glass and Malone and his crew that we finna be listening to right now?
I think he got Crooked up there. He got Steel, Pete. They have a lot of intelligent conversations, as they say. You know, every other day. You know, they have the lunch hour, then they have the podcast they do. They just talk about different topics, you know, point of view. But, you know, Glass is very pro-Kendrick. This is a very pro-Kendrick channel. This is not a biased channel. But they were just entertaining the idea if this is why Drake is doing what he is doing. And they also saying this is very possible that these things could possibly happen.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, let's see what they say about a lot of these different about the topic at hand. So,
me and she was talking, right? Everybody on this panel except for one of us is from the hood, right? Everybody from the ghetto. We've all lost a fight before, right? But we never told. Like she was alluding to earlier, we never went back and told nobody. We just went and fought that dude again and again until we got a victory, or we left him the hell alone, right? Whatever it was, but we didn't go tell nobody. This dude really thinks that he has the right to go, man, you lost the battle, bruh. And I'm pretty sure he done heard that album. I'm pretty sure. And he can't, one person you can't lie to. You can't lie to yourself. I'm pretty sure he done heard that shit and said, man, this is really good. I'm going to sue him. He's ruined me.
I'm going to sue him.
No. So what are all the farm owners thinking right now?
This is a deeper conversation, bro. Because I've always thought if you are mixed with black, you are black, right? But then I've always thought, big bro, and this is a good thing to talk to you about, I've always thought of black as a responsibility. It ain't like my skin is black, right? Being black is a desire to care for other people that have been through the same type of struggles like myself. It's a responsibility to be black. And I noticed it and thought to myself, like, I used to always say he wasn't hip hop. People thought that was the equivalent of me saying he's not black. And it's like, no, he's black. His father is a black man.
Yeah, he's black, dog, but being black, like you said, is more than skin color, man. It's a condition, man. It's like, it's your soul. Listen here, man.
And think about it also, like, if you're from a biracial parenting, you know, or what's the word? Like a conception, and you're raised by one parent, you're going to be pretty much that. You know what I mean?
And that's what I was thinking, right? So that was always my thing.
I've had to have a lot of those conversations.
Right? That was always my thing about him not being hip hop, right? He was raised by his mother in a Jewish community, going to Jewish school. Right? That was always my thought, right? So
Orange Mound or some shit.
Man, now I can see if he was raised Jewish in the Bronx. You know, you hang out outside, guess what? You back to the streets. But again, his circumstances, his environment, he was raised as a Jewish man, so I always thought of him as Jewish, but I understood his father was a brother from Memphis, right? But
his father should be represented.
You know, like if that's not going on, and like to me, you're not biracial. There's no such thing. You're black.
Okay, so I think this is really important kind of start the conversation with it. If we're gonna be talking about Drake and especially in relation to like because the conversation is primarily about, is this like hip hop, is what he's doing right now getting, losing a rap battle, at least the majority of people believe so, at least, and then responding to that by suing his music distributor. I think important elements to this conversation is this identity, or this idea of blackness and stuff like that. So depending on, like, it seems like what they're saying is this. He's biracial. He clearly just say he doesn't believe in biraciality, but he says that there's some people that think, they're saying that, hey, this is not a black thing to do. He's not black enough, or so on and so forth. But is that the same thing as is he any less black for being raised by his mother, who is a Jewish woman? You know what I'm saying? And like, or already, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go kick on that for a second.
I mean, it's not that he's less black because he's raised by his Jewish mothers. We all raised by our mothers, but I mean, it's just who your friends are, who's your community, who you grow up around. I mean, that, like, he's talking about the culture of a black person more per se than skin color. It's more so it's the culture. That's why I tell you that the whole race thing is a false construct. Everything is, we all have cultural differences. So technically, if we're going off culture, he would technically be, like he said, the Jewish man because he was raised Jewish. But I don't know his life. Like he said, if you grew up Jewish in the Bronx, you were still in the streets because the Bronx is Jewish people and this is hood as fuck in the Bronx. You still outside in that urban essence. You know what I'm saying? And now if he had an urban essence in his culture, I don't know, because they were saying Drake tried to sue Degrassi because his character, Wheelchair Jimmy, he was a pussy, and his friends laughed at him. So apparently he has some black fucking friends.
Yeah.
Because they call him a bunch of pussies. So he made them rewrite the character where he come back as this more cool, suave dude, so he can have a better street rep. Because black people look at niggas on TV, they think that's who you really are sometimes. So when they see you out in public, they treat you as such, and he didn't like getting treated like that.
Yeah.
So apparently he has some type of black people around him where he feels the need. Because if he had a bunch of Jewish people, they probably wouldn't say those things to him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They wouldn't care. So them making these assumptions about how he grew up, and you know what I'm saying, and that's why they say making us assuming something is like tools of incompetence. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to just assume a bunch of shit, build all these things, and say this is how Drake is, because you don't know. You don't really know how he lived.
Yeah, true. I definitely think I definitely don't want to how do I put this, discount his blackness at all. But because what the first dude said was, it's not necessarily. I mean, he attributed blackness to the culture, and if you're not of the culture, that you're not black. And I think it is important to understand, like, really take the context really serious, because we don't want to, again, exclude somebody that's clearly black from being black just because they didn't grow up in a culture. And I mean, in my opinion, I think we can have the conversation of this person being ethnically black, right? But also acknowledging that his culture is just not of blackness, and it just is what it is. So I mean, I'm gonna have to push back on the first dude that was, that spoke on that was still, yeah. Definitely got to push back on what he meant, but about that. I mean, as far as biracial people, I mean, yeah, I mean, dude, like, if we wanna subscribe to this idea of like races and stuff like that, then we have to play by the rules. If you have multiple ethnicities in your DNA structure, well, guess what? You're bi, tri, quadraracial, whatever the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? So, albeit for the most part, if you want to subscribe to this race thing, you got to pull up the census, and then you got to read all of those census. I'm gonna put up on the screen too. But if you really want to play this race game, this ethnic race game, you got to go to the census government site and study all that. So you'd be surprised at what they consider as white, what they consider as all these other type of races and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think one of the most interesting ones I saw was an Egyptian. Mm-hmm. If you're Egyptian, you're white. You're not black as an Egyptian. So yeah, I've definitely checked that out.
Kind of crazy because I've seen some real brown ass Egyptians, and
Yeah,
They
they.
right, but then you have the lighter Egyptian. That's the point because Egypt has been colonized and and became a little bit of a melting pot. So they have a lot of different pigmentations over there. So and I hate to say it, in media and all media, they always push the lighter skinned people to make it look like that's the dominant thing over in certain places. But when you go to the heart of those areas, you're like, whoa.
Oh,
But the black motherfuckers around
Yeah,
here,
you
I
be-
thought everybody looked like this guy on television, but nah, and that's the problem.
so all these people white now.
Yeah,
We go to Egypt and everybody, all these melanated people, they all of a sudden they white.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that ain't a white man. These definitely not white people. I mean, I knew a couple of Egyptians, and they was about as brown as me, and they look like me. So they just had like their skin tone is just, it's like their skin just look different. You know what I'm saying? That's it, but it's black though.
Very strange. Yeah. So I bet you there's history behind that, but we'll get to this soon. But yeah, so let's go. Let's see what else we got into this conversation. I wish this thing would cooperate with me here. 39.25.
I had the same.
Bad for him.
Really?
Somebody's, I don't know.
I think
Okay.
No, I don't got a mic. I'm just on the phone.
Yeah.
So somebody's mic may be too close to their speakers.
Yeah, that's crooked.
My mic
Well,
right
you-
here,
well,
but
you
it
know
ain't
what-
even plugged up.
It's gonna be kind of bad. Out of your phone.
But you know what I think it be to a little bit, man, to a certain extent with these things. I think I don't know. This is gonna be weird, but this is gonna be bad for old boy.
Ashes, you got your earpieces in, or are you listening to your thing out of
Well,
someone
that's what
else?
I was gonna say. You probably gotta have an earpiece in.
No, I mean,
I'm just
Definitely
muting
not
my,
mine.
I'm muting my mic when y'all talk.
yeah, it's definitely, couldn't be mine.
This-
It's coming from Crook. It's coming from Crook's side.
Oh, it might be coming from Crook. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but it's coming from that.
But we might as well keep going. We can't spend a whole bunch of time.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I
No,
still can
David
hear
Jones,
him.
thank you, brother. You're not causing the issue. Thank you. Well, so no,
So-
Ryan, right? And this is the tricky part, Ryan. That's the bad question I don't really want to deal with, but I'm gonna deal with it anyway. So everyone with African ancestry is black now.
Nah. Not the
No.
our definition of black really is basically descendants of slave experience. The black descendants of slaves in North America. So Drake is supposed to, he's half of that, but he wasn't raised on, on that side of the fence. So he don't
See,
really
you know what,
identify
man?
that with that.
I don't want to get into this thing like mixed people ain't black, man. Because I know a whole bunch of down mixed people. You know?
No, we all mix. If you an American, you got a last name
cut.
that ain't African, you've been cut.
Yeah, you cut.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like
cocaine.
You say all stuff. What you say?
I mean, he was saying that we all cut. I mean, we all stepped on cocaine.
Oh, that's the metaphor.
Yeah, not peers.
So yeah, like, what do you think about like we just kind of said right regarding what they like? It seemed like they trying to just go further into this whole aspect of
They
how
trying not
racism.
to say he's not black, but they trying to say no, they black, but it's the cultural difference that makes you black. So African people, I consider all black because they're they don't, and I understand that because African people think a lot different than us, and that's because of television. I get tired of people always saying, well, this is what they show on television and say about you. That's not the truth. They only
You
show
speaking to like what they
Yeah.
believe
Yeah,
about
what
us,
they
right?
believe.
There you go.
And it's just so flawed. And like y'all supposed to be like, when you get over here, you get more intelligent. You're supposed to lose that ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Stop believing what white people tell you. Go experience that shit for yourself. I don't believe a bunch of African people, a bunch of African booty scratchers like they tell me that y'all run around fucking naked and play with lions. No, I don't believe that. So I would go over there and I would judge you people off how I meet you. You know what I'm saying? Versus what you see on television or what you may read about. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit can be all lies that make you have a bad stigma on a race of people that you don't really know shit about. You just watch gangster movies and television, and you just like, this is what they are. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna say, what I kind of said earlier. Like, I go to, you go to Africa, you go to Egypt, you go to many, many different places, even outside of Africa, you're gonna see black people. And I really can't subscribe to this notion that being born in this culture and embracing this culture and understanding, like, not even necessarily like just the culture, but also the history and all of that stuff. Like, yes, that stuff makes you. That's our own thing. That's our. It's our own history. This is our pathology in this nation. or part of our pathology in this nation. The other people outside of this nation won't share that same don't share that same pattern, that same path. And that's okay, but that doesn't strip anybody of their blackness. So I mean, like I said, it's like what I said earlier. We just cannot combine these ideas of blackness as a race and blackness as a culture. Like and I think that's one thing that people are really confusing. When I think that's something that people are really getting confused when this whole beef was like in its hype. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about Drake and not like us and all that. I mean, and like there's people that.
Light-skinned people all in general because it was getting crazy. I'm like, that's y'all dividing the culture with some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't agree with that angle that he did, because all he did was just turn light skin versus dark skin type to 1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he, because you're dark skin don't make you more blacker than that man. It just means your daddy was dark. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas, like they said, we all stepped on, my nigga. He stepped on and you stepped on, nigga. So
Yeah.
only person can say they not like us is fucking African people.
So I mean, I definitely was not feeling the whole aspect of them resurrecting the whole light skin versus dark skin thing. You know what I'm saying? That definitely needs to go away. And but yeah, like I said, what Kendrick in the song was just trying to speak to Drake culturally, that he's like, it's the culture, it's the whole song. Not Like Us was like a plea to him being the culture version of like that. But like, but when people kind of talking about, oh, but he's not black like us. That's just saying something that's completely different, and at least from my perspective. Otherwise, yes, everything Savage has said is a resurrecting conversation. They need to die. They need to be addressed, but they need to be addressed in a way that's eliminating that idea altogether. But like, but anyway, as far as what these guys have said, yeah, I just like I can't necessarily agree with this part of the conversation, but let's see how it kind of let's see how it kind of shapes the rest of the conversation. But it's like I said, it is kind of important to understand how these guys feel when it comes to what race is in America. 10:57. This is the part that you see how it don't show up when I hit 15 seconds.
In the world, but
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's take this into the conspiracy realm real quick. The chair of Sony Music recently said, when rap became the #1 genre, instead they signed 1,000 rap artists instead of 100 great rap artists.
Mm.
And that's the reason why rap is declining for them. And they foresee it going back underground and coming up a lot stronger after going back underground. So, in essence, what I heard was you're going to try to force rap music to go back underground. You're defunding all these marketing budgets. You're shifting the money to different genres and to catalogs that you already own. And that's the focus of the spending. And now we're going to try to let rap just go underground. So is this part of that?
That makes sense. Let the laboratory.
All right. So that's the theory here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying that this is yeah, on accident, right? It happened. That is that they're essentially pushing hip hop underground to essentially devalue the art altogether, so they can they have the argument to lowball all these new artists.
Yep.
How you feel about that?
I mean, that shit trash, but I understand why they're gonna do it. I mean, because the music is bad, but the problem, like they said, instead of signing 100 great acts, they signed 1,000 bad ones.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna make those 108 great acts work extremely hard for little money. You see, and then they're gonna make a lot more money off you, and then after a while, they're just gonna get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? They got to recuperate, because technically, rap has been losing. You know, been looking bad. So I guess this is their defense mechanism to a certain extent. And Drake is like the biggest, You know what I'm saying? Like they were saying somebody told also they was possibly saying Drake got word that his masters is worth more than all the 90s and 2000s combined.
Crazy.
If that's true, that is fucking ridiculous. That's Nas, that's Jay-Z, Jadakiss, Cameron, R. Kelly, Aaliyah. You understand those masters, Missy Elliott, Lil Wayne. Like if he's worth more than all of those combined, and he understands his value, that is a problem. And they said in the music industry, like Prince, Michael Jackson, you know, when people started to understand their value, they started to attack their character. So you know, Michael Jackson, same shit. They hit him with the pedophile, trying to touch little boys. Prince, they came at him, calling him gay, trying to attack his character. All those things because these people understood their value and they knew their worth. And this is like they try to humble you. And I'm not saying Kendrick knew these things, but they used this opportunity, Kendrick, to be their weapon.
Yeah.
To humble a person. You know what I'm saying? And he, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you said so. Yeah, the fact that all of these people combined, Drake is more apparently his masters are worth more than all of them. Man, that's that's pretty crazy.
That's a lot of people. Rick Ross, Meek Mills, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
If his masters is worth that, that's fucking ridiculous. And they said he owns majority of his masters. That's how he gets the big
I read he owns all of it.
Oh, see, and that's it. He has too much control. That is too much control. And I hate to say it, and then he's arguing because the pedophile thing, when you're under the same record label, right, these songs are presented to the board. You have to get the permission to release them. If you're under the same thing, a lot of songs, like when Jay-Z, DMX, and certain things, when they all on the Def Jam, they couldn't do certain things without them because they didn't want them to hurt the value of each other.
Of course.
So they saying if they allowed Kendrick, they did that on purpose to lower Drake's value. You see what I'm saying? That's why he said he didn't get the same protection. That's why he said, I guess, because I'm not Taylor Swift. Because if this was Taylor Swift, that Kendrick could never say these things about Taylor Swift.
True.
They were not allowed.
She worth too much money.
Yes. And Drake is saying, I'm worth that much money, and I'm supposed to have that same protection as everybody else. But they did that on purpose to humble Drake because Drake is getting too big for his britches. Because if he comes back after getting 400 and he asks for 600 million, that shit's crazy. But he knows he can ask for it. There is no rapper that will go to a record label right now and say, I need 600. None. Because they know they're not worth it. Kendrick Lamar knows he can't go there and say, and they know Kendrick is cheaper. So if we push Kendrick right now, it's not even going to cost us that much money. But if we let Drake win this battle, right, if we do it equally and Drake somehow comes out on top, we have to give Drake too much money. But we going to have to give Kendrick probably a little 60 ball. A little 60 ball. That ain't shit. Yeah. From 600 million.
Yeah. I mean, it's business, man. Yeah. I mean, people got to understand it. Like, this stuff is, one thing I want the black community to do, and this is a little bit off subject just slightly. One thing I want black community to do a little bit better is, how do I put this? Position their perspective on a money making aspect. Like, a lot of people try to look at like the love of the craft or
this ain't got nothing to do with that.
It like all these other things, and stuff like all these other perspectives and stuff like that, and maybe the perspective of a poor man, the perspective of the primary perspective, especially when it comes to like business and when it comes to these A&Rs, these promote, like, just anything to do with capitalism in general. If it's a capitalist, rest assured, his perspective is how I'm going to make some more money. You know what I'm saying? And so, okay, like I said, a lot of people looking at this whole, PDF file thing is like, it's just they trying to scrub they trying to wash their hands clean of, like, of bad people and stuff like that, or maybe even press or something. No, it's not necessarily to do with the image. The only reason they care about the image is because the image is directly influence their money. Their bottom line. That's the only thing they ultimately ever care about. So everything you just kind of said right there regarding, this is just a way for them to devalue Drake and then lift up Kendrick because Kendrick is that much lower than Drake as far as value concerned. I mean, it's like you just said, like nobody's gonna come up and ask for $600 million for anything. Not any rappers. And if everything kind of goes over, it going back to the earlier, part of this little bit of this little part of the conversation, yes, they would. Of course, they'll get rid of Drake, they'll get rid of Kendrick, they'll get rid of Nas, Jay-Z, anybody and everybody that's currently in the game right now, and replace them with somebody that's underground. Why? Because they begging for anything. They'll take anything. You know what I'm saying?
All that goddamn money.
So. Yeah, I mean, this it sounds completely plausible to me, this theory. So, but let's see what else got to go on here.
Suit was like, it wasn't about that. Like he
do this, he go find out the hard way.
He already did it. That's the problem. Like he already put that out there.
Yeah, you can't call it
like
back.
Diddy's lawsuit was like, it wasn't about that. Like he filed this so he could force them to deliver material, paperwork, and stuff about the claims. Like if you start getting, the government in these people's business, you're gonna have a real problem.
Ain't the best question though?
Universal pay a lot of money. Universal pay a lot of taxes, bro. It's a lot of people making money off of Universal.
Man.
You gotta remember, it ain't just music, it's movies, it's liquor, it's all kind of stuff they got their hands in, man. And they pay a lot of money, they make a lot of money, and they make a lot of other people money.
So the question is why? Then let's look at why. If Drake is accusing them of that, why would they do that to Drake? Why? What would the motivation be?
But big bro, that's Drake in his mind.
No, I mean just let's humor that though. Let's just try to go down that little rabbit hole for a second. What would they have against Drake? Why would they favor Kendrick over Drake?
It would be almost kind of like the way you see, how like with regard to certain like virality algorithms, when something starts to get hot, they go like the algorithm identifies it. It went from 0 to 1,000 like really fast, so it'll flood it, so it goes from 1,000 to 10 million, and perhaps they were just looking at, all right, what Kendrick just did is bigger than what we foresee Drake doing in the near future. So we're going to flood this and capitalize on this moment because this is the moment that we're going to get the most out of. At
Drake's expense of being called the A minor.
So I want to quickly explain before we get to the rest of what I wanted you all to hear. I need people to kind of understand. I need people to have a pretty decent understanding of what the algorithm is, and this is not going to be the complete explanation, but people need to understand how things work as far as algorithm, especially on YouTube. I believe it works the same way on IG. I believe it works the same way on X. I believe it works the same way on Spotify and so on and so forth. Basically, when you release something onto the internet and it hits some check marks, right? Because their objective is, the objective is get views. Like that's the objective. But you get views by the platform making the decision to spread your content to a larger audience. So that's what you'll call your it's not engagement, your impressions. You want the impressions to go up because your impressions is the rate of which whatever platform decides to put your content in front of other people's faces. So if you were to be a YouTube content creator or like that or anything like that, when you see impressions, that number means dang, this thing let me just fix it real quick. Yeah, when you see that when you see that impressions, you want that number to be as high as possible because again, that is the rate at which YouTube or whatever platform you're using decides to place your content in front of other people. So with that said, so you get the impressions by the platform deciding that, okay, this is content that is actually good. Now, what does good mean in the context of content creation? That means people are clicking on your video, right? That's the views. they're making it. These people are commenting, right? That's why a lot of these people try to tell you. I'm just a little bit of. I mean, I'm embracing a lot of YouTubers bubble right now, so it's free game a little bit. Yeah. So when you see these YouTubers say leave a comment, that's a part of that algorithmic push. Liking the video. I did say comment and sharing. So it's like just then get those and get the engagement up. That's what helped YouTube and these other platforms decide to up that and up those impressions, up that impressions number. The more often the impressions, the higher the impressions, the more people see your content, the more chances or the more likelihood more people will click on your video. That's just kind of, again, that's just how it goes. So when you flood the market with bots or these fake views that will watch your content from beginning to end, imagine that how long people watch the video. That also plays a part as well. But yeah, you flood the market, you flood these your content with bots that watch your content from beginning to end. Then yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's the YouTube or whatever platform you're using is gonna decide to go like, oh, well, this shit is popping. Let's share this from the more people and the more people and then more people. You know what I'm saying? So
And I also want people to understand using bots is also highly illegal.
yeah, yeah. for obvious reasons, because advertisers
get paid.
You getting paid, and advertisers are being tricked to believe that their content or that your content is worth advertising. It's worth putting their investing into, and it's just not. You know what I'm saying? So for UMG, for Fox, not Fox, but Sony and whatever else out there is doing these type of things. It is highly illegal. And yeah, Drake will have a case. Drake will mess around and win this case if he can prove they doing something illegal, especially in spite of his name. So let's continue to see what they got to say about this.
They don't care nothing about his character.
Now check this out. Gee, we all know that let's say he did get 400 million. You don't get all that money at once, and there's some stipulations in there too. Let's say they don't want to give him the rest of that money, and they do kind of want to F him off.
And sometimes, it might be like Jerry Krause and the 1998 Bulls. Look, you've peaked.
Honestly, I cannot think of one single reason that the business would empower Kendrick over Drake.
Me neither.
I can't think. I can't think of a song.
Yeah. So what you think about what do you think about like this whole theory here? Like, is it in Drake's head or is it like plausible?
I don't think if it was in his head, because like I said, he's going against some of the most powerful people in the world. You got to be ready to go to. If you gonna do what you saying you gonna do to them, and this is a RICO, you have to have your eggs in the basket. You got to have real facts. This can't be, I'm mad and I'm emotional. I believe these things. A nigga got to come tell you, hey, bro, they sabotage you. What you talking about? And he had a team. If he has proof that he had people working in UMG that worked for him and they got fired because they exposed certain things that were going on behind closed doors, that's probable cause. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And then if it's masses, it's really worth what they say it's worth. That is amazing to say your shit is worth more than everybody in the 90s and 2000s combined. That is the most ultimate feat. That I don't care if you want to rap battle or not. That nigga is king. He has the most value. That means he's bigger than Michael Jackson, nigga. The fucking Beatles. Okay, these dudes been holding shit down for a long time. Okay, and he has a stake in it. And if this shit's true, UMG, I just don't see them losing though, because they're just so powerful. Because they've been getting exposed using bots, but nothing happens to them. But if a little person lose bots, he go to jail. Nothing happens to them. So even if he wins, right? Does this really destroy him? Or are they just exposed that they control the algorithm? They dictate what you make. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason why they wanted to go back underground, because underground, like I was telling you the other day, those are real core fans. Those niggas, when they say they have 30,000 to 1 million, that ain't bots. Those are actually real people that like you. Versus the big star that they try to push, they faking that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they understand that hip hop is no longer about the image anymore. It's going back to the art, to the music. And the hip hop has been such a, like he say, a cultural thing, an image. You have to have the image to be hip hop. That's all they was coming at Drake about is the image. But now it's going back to the music. You know, underground. A lot of niggas underground don't have the image. That's why they don't get pushed. But their music is great. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, oh, he cold, but you ain't got the look, bro. You ain't got this. You know what I'm saying? We can't push that. But if people get off that and they get back to the craft, you know what I'm saying? Those are real fans.
I mean, low key, I kind of think like somebody that doesn't have the look. I think they can create a look for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then their fan base will mess around and like follow with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't think look.
they want you to be global to the world. See, that's the point. Your fan, that's the problem. That once they see you, now they want to push you to everybody. We don't want you. We don't care about just your little fans anymore. Even if it's 30,000 to 200. No, we don't care. We want these other guys, the white kids, you know, the Indian kids. You know what I'm saying? They want suburban America. You see what I'm saying?
It was crazy to me.
That's who buys music.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just saying the hood, the streets don't buy music.
Well, yeah, I know. I agree with that.
We
Yeah.
just dictate the culture.
I just don't like how they, like I said, they make the decision about what's I don't like how they make the decision about the look that's the most profitable, if you will, and then essentially push that look to to pretty much everybody, and then just because they assume that the look or the image is what's gonna sell.
Yeah.
I mean, albeit it
It
did something
over time. It did, and now people are they're kind of awakened. They're getting tired of that.
interesting.
You know what I'm saying? They want the music back.
Very interesting. And so like, do you think this is a big reason why we get you know the Chief Keefs, the Sexy Reds, and all this other stuff?
The image. But Kendrick is coming through with that old school image, that underground look. You see what I'm saying? That ruggedness again. So, and that's and to a certain extent, he could revive the pureness of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But it's like then everybody keeps saying, you know, he's so pro black. I mean, I hate to say it for all the new rappers that he been pushing from Cali shit. Them niggas is Mexicans. No offense, but they doing their thing. But I'm just saying he ain't really doing nothing for all the black people that push not like us. You know, and I don't see him coming out with them with the niggas from Compton doing anything. I don't know. That is what I'm saying. What I see.
Yeah.
I just saw like two prominent Hispanic cats come out. You know, they on the new K-Dot album. You know what I'm saying? They on the new album, and they getting a lot of buzz right now. I'm like, damn, shit, you ain't do anything about nothing putting none of the homies on that? Nothing, you ain't put no.
Hey, if anybody in the comment section got a rebuttal to that, hey, they got some black dude here that they know, whatever like that. Hey, put it in the comments or whatever. We open for. Let this be an open discussion. But if what he say is true, it just kind of is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the most prominent points that Drake made. I don't care about the him beating the girl and the wife and all that stuff. I think that was like they were just throwing shit at each other. But he ain't playing no money trees. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that's kind of. I mean, like I said, Drake brought a lot of money to Toronto. He did a lot for the community. Did a lot for Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis, Texas. He fucking carried them motherfuckers 15 years.
So I mean, I'm just like I say, he Drake has that. Drake does have that. You know what I'm saying? And Kendrick doesn't have anything. Say it again.
I say he does provide to the culture.
So
he tried to make it seem like he just takes from it. Like he said, you go to Atlanta when you need this, like he take. But no, he makes them motherfuckers quite rich. Little Durk didn't become a real global superstar till he did the joint with Drake. He said, I made a lot of money off that one song with Drake. It's not the other way around. Drake doesn't make a lot of money off the songs that you guys are on. No, it's because he's on it. And Kendrick got that confused. It's not Drake going to do a song with Lil Baby. Lil Baby doesn't make fucking Drake hot. Drake makes Lil Baby hot. He made the Amigos hot. Niggas didn't know who the fuck the Amigos was till fucking Drake did Versace remix and took them niggas to the next level. And he made it seem like other rappers take Drake to the next level. No. Future didn't take Drake to the next level. Drake took Future to the next level. And he did it real nice with the wordplay and the confidence. Like, a con is also based off of the way you speak to a person, how confident you are that you believe it, and you sell that belief to everybody else, and they believe it. And it's not. The fact is, it's reverse. It's the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, like people are saying, the argument is there's an exchange. Well, I'm sorry, no, the other argument. I'm gonna say what I believe, and then I'll first say what I
gives them the culture.
Yeah,
street, you know what I'm saying.
I personally think is that it's an exchange. Somebody, he's like Drake has a better understanding of what people like in these different territories, whether it be Houston, whether it be Texas, wherever you, I mean, or Atlanta especially. wherever he goes, he understands better what the culture likes, and he attributes to that. That's why you see all these. That's why you see the Jamaican accent, all these little accent, whatever, blah, blah. Who cares? But obviously Drake is giving these people exposure, and exposure is. I mean, like you said, I did this whole explanation about the algorithm for a reason. People, the impressions is the exposure, and the exposure is what's going to give you is what's going to expand your potential of making money.
Yeah.
So I think it's the exchange, but it is what it is as far as everybody
I mean,
want
it's
to
an
believe.
exchange, but I'm just saying, don't just seem like he made it seem like Drake was just taking. He made it seem like, you know, niggas wasn't
Yeah.
getting nothing out of it.
It was a good rap battle though. That's
Yeah, that's
all.
what I'm saying. Yeah, he sold, that's what I'm saying. He sold the shit nice, boy.
Start activating, boy, they out their mind.
Oh,
So my
sorry,
whole
my
thing
bad.
is, I tell you, if people don't think they had nothing to do with that Rico from the colorful hair guy,
Man.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
who he was talking about.
Man.
The colorful hair guy. You know what he's talking about?
Hell no. I listened to it earlier. I'm like, he can't lost me too.
They out their mind. So my whole thing is, like you said, they got a lot of power, and this ain't gonna unfold how him and his team thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know, bro. Like, he crashing out. You feel me? Like, he crashing out right now. That's all he doing.
If he
said
was
he's in
smart,
here right now. There he is. Kung
If he-
Fu Kenny, the educated brother from Compton. That's who the real leader of this ambition Undertaker is doing.
if Dre was smart, he should have
Oh, man.
paid another artist to
Nigga
sue
Glasses
and
got a
paid
picture
for the
of,
legal fees.
Kendrick Lamar drawn as the master while Drake is doing push-ups and he watches.
The push-ups thing is fucking hilarious.
That nigga was wild. He said, I got a picture. I got a picture behind me with this nigga Drake doing push-ups and Kendrick Lamar sitting there like a Mortal Kombat nigga as he worked.
That nigga love him some Kenny, man.
You got that
Love
shit
him
drawn.
I think one of the funniest lines from 616 in LA was when Meet the Grams. I didn't even catch this like the first like 10 times I listened to it, but he talked when he the part where he was talking to his son Adonis to say that don't let dude piss on you, don't do that, don't let just all the stuff that Drake went through. He said don't go through it himself. He said then when he got to the Zimic line, he said don't let he said whatever he said whatever he said, but he told him to do some push-ups. I'm like, and it didn't hit me at the time, but then I had to watch a Kendrick Lamar video and watching they do like push-ups like every 10 minutes. I'm like, wait, okay, this nigga always doing the push-ups in his damn video, so it probably kind of connected. The dots probably connected for me. But let's just the rest of this though.
Man, shout out to Flacco. He said, come on, big bro. Drake is doing this for the people like us who preach against corrupt infrastructure. We should be celebrating this. This is bigger than Kendrick and Drake. I would buy that.
Oh.
Flacco,
If it wasn't Drake.
If it
he
wasn't Drake.
knows what they did for him and his business. He come out and break the industry in half. All you got to do is be like, this is what they did for me. They made this
Right.
work. I know
Yeah,
they
they good.
spent
That's what
this
they get
money.
the
Here's
same
the
shit,
proof. He can talk about
Right.
everything.
I
But
don't
when
know
he's
because
pointing,
Drake actually has the numbers to back it up with real fans because the way the tour sells.
Well,
That's, you know,
let me get off his chest. You can
Kendrick, that's why it's not about preaching against a corrupt infrastructure. Because
Hell
he
no.
is
Bro,
the benefactor.
he is suing him for a song called Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. That's what the fuck this is about.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead. What you saying?
No, I was just saying the difference is with him is because he actually has the fans to match up to it. Because they, even you say if Drake say that, but he has actual factual numbers, then how can I sell out a tour and I make $340 million just by himself? When people make that type of money, it's two big artists like Jay-Z and Beyonce has to do a tour together to do 500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is just Drake. Just Drake. He can go out there by himself, do a tour, and make $340 million.
Yeah, I mean I can see that. So what it was the thing I pulled from that. Well, what they just said was he's doing this. How do I put this? It's mighty convenient for him to do something like this now when he had the opportunity to do this a long time ago. When it wouldn't have like benefited him directly. And they basically saying like, man, they just pretty much call him out for that. Any thoughts around surrounding that?
I mean, he probably right. Yeah, I mean, what they do for you, nigga. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You act like they just helped Kitchen. Niggas done helped your ass a long time too.
Yeah.
But the problem is he like niggas took the help away.
Damn.
They just want to help one nigga, didn't want to help me. That wasn't a fair fight.
I guess we want to agree with that one. Then. So, otherwise, yeah, man. Like I said, this Drake thing is apparently still going. Like I said, we talked very briefly about it and other streams and stuff like that. And I mean, for as long as it's going, we're gonna report on it. So, hey, it's been the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, so you say you're gonna be at 6:30? You said. Okay, so we could probably squeeze in 2 more videos, maybe just might be even 3 because these ain't gonna be that long. Okay, so if I can remember how to do this, okay, that's it's V for video. All right, so what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT, aka High Thinking, and I'm here with my co-host, King Savage. And yeah, man, we're gonna talk a little bit about something that Malcolm X told us about, man. So there's gonna be a little bit of blast from the past, and we're gonna just kind of speak on how it kind of reflects today's society. So let's get it.
Usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chop in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that...
And I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
I would agree that...
White man who's friendly, but being friendly and being a friend, I think, are 2 different things. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts...
He's looping out. So yeah, the fox and the wolf. We talked about this many times before. What was always your general thoughts regarding this aspect of the conservative white man versus the liberal white man?
I mean, they both suck. Either way, you both die. The fox, like you said, the fox is more likely to get you because he tricked you. You're going to run from the wolf, so it's going to be harder to catch you. You know what I'm saying? But either way, either one, you may get catch one day. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, the Democrats are the fox and the Republicans are the wolf. But, black people chose the wolf this time. I guess they said they're going to take their chance with the wolf. They can beat them.
Yeah. So, and that's something that I think a lot of black people haven't gotten to as far as this conversation regarding the fox versus the wolf. Well, what Malcolm X said here, especially during this time period, it was very important, especially for that time period. You know what I'm saying? But as far as how it reflects in today's society, it's still true, right? The foxes want some meat and the wolves want some meat. My question is, when are black people going to decide not to be a lamb? You know what I'm saying?
True.
So what I mean by that is you either going to be a sheep and just follow you either going to follow follow the herd to the fox's den, or you're going to follow the wolf in the sheep's clothing to the wolf's den, right? Well, it's probably the other way around because the fox is the more cunning one than the wolf. But y'all get the point.
I mean, no, the wolves they can huddle sheep.
Ooh,
just like dogs do.
Yeah,
they wolf, they bark and they make you
that's
go
those
in the direction.
That's those black conservatives. Yeah. Anti dancing. But what were you saying?
No, I said the wolf. You know what I'm saying?
So they both got their methods of getting their meat. You feel me?
But you both die either way.
But you both die either way. And for us to decide, all of us, okay, let's go with the wolf this time. Like, come on, bro. Like the wolf is, in this case, the conservative is way more blatant with their racism than the liberals is. Now,
way more aggressive.
Way more aggressive. Aggressive, bro. They literally don't want motherfuckers to learn Black history. They don't want Black history.
They say no more DEI inclusion, but he hired all his friends that's not qualified for the job. That's definitely the definition of DEI. That's why we need it, because I mean, that's what the white man has always done since the dawn of time. They always hire people in their cabinet and their best friends and their family members, cousins, and so on and so on. They have such a what's that called?
It's nepotism, bro.
Nepotism, yes, the highest form of nepotism. Then they got mad because black people trying to do it, Mexicans trying to do it. Fuck no, I refuse to let this happen. And it's crazy that the white man is playing such a high victim. It's just crazy to me. Like, you white people are just y'all got a lot.
Though you specific white people is what you mean.
Specific white people. I'm not saying all white people, but the ones that's crying saying that white men are being mistreated and we're not getting jobs and you're not qualified. What makes you qualified? Just because you're named a white man named Jim? That's basically what you're saying. Because I'm Jim, bitch.
Yeah, I think it's a trash argument, and I think it's a trash argument on purpose. You feel me? But otherwise, it's like it's kind of like we just said, bro. We can't just assume that the damn wolf is gonna be more manageable than the fox, especially without like a game plan. Like, a sheep is not gonna be no wolf. It's not gonna be no fox by just being a damn sheep. We're gonna have to think like those canines. And I'd rather say we need to start thinking more strategic about how we move in order to get our own meat.
You become the shepherd. That's how you beat the fox and the wolf.
My bad. You become the fucking shepherd. Absolutely.
That's what protects you from both.
So, and in this context, you do that by going out, understanding who not just the president is. You understand who
yourself. Like, stop listening to other people to guide your decisions.
Please stop doing that.
Learn to open a book and read things for yourself and fact check certain things for yourself. Stop watching people on YouTube and letting them guide your narratives. Learn to think for yourself. Never let somebody tell you something. You always go look what he tells you, and then go look and see if it's true.
Yes.
Just don't take it for face value because he said it with some confidence, nice little music. Whoever the fuck these people think they are on fucking YouTube, don't listen to them because they are paid narratives. You know what I'm saying? They get paid to sell you these things, and y'all believe them. Learn to do research on your own and figure things out on your own. What you get on your own, that's what you get, and that's how you become a shepherd. Lead for yourself. Don't let nobody lead your pack. For real,
like bro, like don't just get that your information from that one source. I would agree with you to say that you definitely want to go to where they got their information from and then make your own decision from there. But I also think it's a good idea to get at least get the perspective of multiple think pieces, multiple types of people. Like, you can have, like, there's a conservative perspective, there's a liberal perspective. I think it's a good idea to, like, kind of get it from, like, both sides, maybe even more sides than just that, because there's different type of liberals, different type of conservatives and stuff like that, and just, you know, pick your poison as far as that's concerned. But the reason I say that is because you're gonna learn things from one side that you won't learn from the other side. And I would just say it's good to be privy of those conversations at all. But I would say the first and foremost thing you need to do is, yes, like I said, just go, as you just said, go to the source and then make your decision for yourself how you feel about it. But don't just go to one side and just go, absorb, just download their whole conversation.
Yeah.
What you say?
Their whole ideology.
Yeah,
even if that shit makes sense to you, go risk your research.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, research. Go to the source material where they got their information from, and then make your own decision. But if you are gonna take their ideology, go to the other side and check their ideology as well, and see how those two mesh up. Yeah. So, I mean, the only reason I say is because you might just miss something. I keep doing this on accident. Hold on. Every time you put your hand up, it just keeps doing this.
Oh, the camera moving.
Yeah. Okay. So, and the only reason I say to do that is because, again, you just might miss something the first time. So, you got anything you want to close out with this?
Not at all.
So, yeah, man, it's been a Chicago Black Legend podcast. And we've been yet again having another conversation about the fox and the wolf, and it's going to be a ever so repeating conversation on this platform. So, catch you on the flip side. Okay. All right. So, welcome back to the Chicago Black Legend podcast. I'm your host, HTAK High Thing, and this is my host,
King Savage.
And we got another video, man, from From who you guys again?
Tonight's
conversation. Tonight's conversation. Y'all seem to like these. Y'all seem to like these dudes quite a bit. So we gonna see what give our spin on what they got to say and see if we agree with them. See if we disagree with them. So we might disagree with each other. Shit.
Thing that y'all gonna do when we run down what it is that y'all
Let me just refresh this in case.
women overestimate their ability to communicate. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. A lot of women express themselves very well. Express themselves. They can sit there and run down to you everything that they feeling, everything that they don't like about what you're doing, everything that makes them feel away or makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's time to receive the information, that's when the communication
One ear, not the
is a little
other.
shaky. You see what I'm saying? So again, as men, we know that walking in, and because we don't feel like arguing with y'all, because we don't want to see y'all cry, we don't want to see y'all do everything that y'all gonna do when we run down what it is that your is not doing right, most men just shy away from the conversation. So I think that if women would live up to the communication standard that they set, then that would open the door for men to be way more communicative. But until then, you're going to get men who shut down and keep things in, unfortunately.
All right. Do you be balling stuff? You be balling stuff in, Savage?
Oh yeah, I mean, he perfectly said it. I mean, that's how you feel most days because women can't take criticism. They can't. They expect you to take that shit, but when it's time to tell them about them, fuck no. Yeah, so they ain't trying to hear that shit. So therefore, they're not good communicators. They're just good at telling you what they feel, but that's not communicating. Communicating is a two-way street.
Yes.
And I think they lost that. They don't understand it at all. Like I've never met a woman that truly understands communication. Not on this planet. I don't think they exist. I'm just being real. And if you do find one, that's probably a more masculine woman, and niggas don't like that. And I hate to say it because the masculine side of a woman is the common sense side. I would take a more masculine woman because she got some goddamn sense. I'm sorry. I like a little bit more sense than overly dumb feminine energy, as you niggas would say. I'd rather have a feminine and just a little bit more common sense. I'll take the common sense.
Yeah, I think we all like women with common sense. I don't want to. I definitely don't want to go harp on the positive. What they call that? The masculine, feminine energy people.
I hate that shit. Like I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, I'm
people.
good.
I hate that you niggas found these words of energy. Y'all need to lose that shit out y'all vocabulary. Y'all don't even understand what that shit really is. And y'all have made this whole spiritual false realm of black spirituality shit that y'all have just fathom up out of the blue.
God.
Because niggas didn't want to be Christians no more. I gotta get this shit off. I'm tired of this shit, niggas. I'm tired of it. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Lose those two words. Because y'all don't even need no fucking physics. Y'all want to talk about energy all the goddamn time.
Yeah, man. I can. Yeah, I would very much so appreciate if people just stop a lot of this stuff. Like, I mean, I'm talking and mind you, yes, I have a Christian background. I've studied with the Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that. But that, even that aside, I thought like this even before all of this stuff. Listen, man, you can't just make up some damn science out of fucking thin air, especially without studying the what's been tangibly and empirically proven. You know what I'm saying? Like at the very least, have an understanding of what has already been discovered from people that's been studying this stuff in yesteryear and stuff like that. If you find some evidence that goes against it, that disproves it, by all means, you know what I'm saying. But nigga, don't just make some fucking shit. Don't this energy, divine feminine energy, divine masculine.
That shit all occurs to. I want to tell niggas that shit.
Go
too.
ahead.
All y'all people keep talking about, it's the man's this and that, and the woman's this and that. Those are divine fucking curses. Go back and read y'all Bible. That's what God was punishing niggas when He was saying the man must work, protect a woman. That's because we didn't have to do all that shit before. We laid around butt naked and ate grapes. We didn't have to protect nobody. We didn't have to provide for nobody. That was the life of a man and a woman. We fucked that shit up. It's a curse, okay? There's nothing divine about it. It's the divine fucking curse. That's why that shit's ass. Stop saying that this is what men's supposed to do all this shit till we fucking die so you bitches can sit on the fucking couch. No. That is not our divine mission in life. Is to take care of fucking woman while she gets fat. Just sits on the couch.
This man go crazy.
Tired of that shit.
Bro, it's a man's duty to survive. It's also a woman's duty to survive. Now, over time, we found ways to commingle and do things together, and it just happens that men were just better able to, or better equipped to do things, and women were just doing the things that men just didn't have time to do. That's typically how it kind of goes. I'm like, unless it's women, unless it's something that specific man just is unable to do. Like it can be a myriad of things. Now over time, we've gained like other things. We became more, what's the word? Efficient. We became more civilized and stuff like that, and we became more constructive and started building things to make society easier to deal with. And then with that evolution in society is going to come different ways to for men and women to engage with each other. Currently, we're dealing with a situation where the economy is starting to get fucked. Right? The average person is making about $50,000 a year. I'm reading. You can read in multiple places that it takes 2 incomes to survive. Okay, especially have a house for some kids and stuff like that. I mean, I think they said over how much? $100,000, $140,000.
Each state has a different number. In Chicago,
Right.
They said if you just one child, 2 parents need to make $100,000 just to support one kid.
One kid. That's one kid.
That's the stat for one nigga, one kid. And y'all want motherfuckers to have 3-4 of these motherfuckers. Y'all fuck that. You single mothers want to come with 4-5 of these motherfuckers. Be with a nigga. He want to take care of all your shit. And that shit's crazy. And y'all don't want to do nothing. That shit is beyond me. And I'm tired of people saying taking care of the children is a job. Them motherfuckers be at school 8 hours out the day. It's only 24 hours in the day, bitch. You only gonna have these motherfuckers for a few hours. That's really just homework, eat shit, and sleep.
Oh my God.
And I'm tired of y'all keep saying that shit. Y'all, that is not a fucking job. It's not unless you fucking homeschooling them. If you homeschooling, now you working, bitch. That's non-stop.
We do get paid for homeschooling our kids too. There's some government incentives for doing that.
No, but now if your mama doing that shit, she doing that shit for free. If I'm saying if the mother's teaching the children, that's the job. But if you just saying because you sitting there making a snack and fucking making a snack and entertaining motherfuckers, that is not a job. Okay, it's just not. And I'm tired of women kind of like I raise the kids. No, you don't just raise the fucking kids. What the fuck? I come in this motherfucker too.
If both of y'all working, both of y'all raising the kids. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's just how we've been doing it for how long? How many years? I mean, ever since we've landed on this motherfucker, like the man and the woman
work.
They both work and they both contribute towards taking care of that damn kid.
Only people got to sit on the couch was white women. That was it. I don't know where the black woman got this idea that the black woman is not supposed to work. The black woman has been working in America since she stepped foot in this motherfucker. There is not really a lot of black women that sit home. And then you got some that do it because they make a lot of money. And that's cool. That's cool for you, bro. But to tell that every man and every woman is supposed to live like that, that's just absurd.
This is absurd. It's pandering, bro. Like nobody has to do any significant, substantial research to find out that one person is making enough money to take care of all the finances. I mean, like the economy just wasn't what it was during the time that the man was taking care of all the bills. And that even then, that was only like it was like the 70s was when like 50% of American households ran off of one income.
Yep.
Like that was the last time it was 50%.
That's when a motherfucker could live off $40,000, $50,000. That's when houses cost $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Cars were daily $2,000.
The economy accommodated to that lifestyle.
Yeah. This economy that we have doesn't contribute to that type of lifestyle. So this whole notion that a man is not a man if he doesn't pay all the 100% of the bills, that shit is crazy, bro. And all these niggas that's sitting up here, bro, most of these niggas didn't even have daddies that did that shit, and they telling you that's what it's supposed to be a man. Most of these niggas' daddies didn't do that shit. Okay, it just wasn't a thing. And to sit here to act like everybody say my daddy, no, you didn't. Most of you bitches did not have a daddy. That is a fucking fact. Okay, depending on the time you was born, this is our generation has the most fathers in their children's lives, the most. Okay, all the other generations they wasn't there. So stop saying this shit that y'all. It's not true. It's just not. It's just a bunch of bullshit, and people need to let that shit alone. Work together to make the dream work. That's why it's called the fucking team. God damn it.
Yeah. So if we're gonna just briefly talk about the conversation a bit, just like there was some of our conversations. Like, look, check this out. I would like to believe that that women can have this masculine gene, right, of having some common sense. If people want to really attribute that type of trait to being masculine, then I don't even care at this point. Like, check this out. If you got to get a masculine woman to be able to find somebody to be able to work well with you, somebody that doesn't like think on irrationally 24/7, that isn't led by their emotions, please find that masculine as woman. I don't care what you talk. I don't care what the label is. Those women are obviously going to be easier to deal with, easier to communicate with, so on and so forth. Why? Because they've done the self-help work. They've healed. They've talked to therapists. They did what they got to do to be a person that is better suited for a man that wants to be a leader, that decides to be a leader. Because if you're not choosing that person, if you don't find a woman that's a logical thinker, then I guess your best bet is to pick up women that doesn't want to think. You know what I'm saying? And there's women out there that don't want to think, but what if you do get with a woman that wants to think, that wants to use her brain, even though she thinks only emotionally? Like, is this the feminine woman that you completely desire? That, again, this is why, and I don't want to go further into like my take on like this energy and feminine, divine energy and all this other stuff, but I need people to just completely understand that there's that you can find somebody, or you can't find a girl that can communicate with you. It's just that there's going to be some questions you're going to have to ask, and there's going to be vetting necessary to make sure that she is compatible with what you got going on. You feel me? So, but yeah, that's Business Chicago Black Dailies podcast. We'll catch you on the flip side.
I'll probably do one more.
Yeah. So what was this? Oh, this is her. Yeah, it's only two more anyway. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I did that too fast. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT, aka High Thinking, and this is
James Savage.
Yeah. So right now, man, we got another conversation from another podcast from believe it's Poor Minds.
Yeah.
And let's see what they got going on. Let's see what they're talking about.
Narrative that we hear about black men.
They don't get married.
No. They don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
Well, yeah.
The national average for black men who are married, what are they married to?
It's got to be black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, black men, right? How many of those men are married to black women?
I'll give him about a cool
95%.
95?
I believe it.
I do believe it. And then when you hear the horror stories, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen.
Girl.
Lex has a good point though, because they'll show the Scottie Pippen, right? And they'll say, look, this is how black men behave.
Yeah.
But that's not the fact. Destroying the black family has been on the forefront of the mind of the people who created this country. How do you destroy the black wealth in this country?
Yeah.
Destroy the black family. Make black women think that black men don't love them. Make black men think that black women don't respect them. That's all a fallacy. It's not true. The older I get, I'm 40 years old now, the more I realize that everything I've learned from mass media has been programmed by people who have an agenda. What's the narrative that we hear about black men?
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black.
I thought he was about to. There's a lot of narratives that have been pushed out by what he just said is what he calls mass media, and one of those narratives is black men don't marry black women, especially when they make a lot of money. I think that's something I've been exposed to for quite a bit over the years, especially when it comes to athletes, and I really did believe that. You know what I'm saying? And then this stat comes out. So like, and you kind of see it from the athletes and stuff like that. It's been thrown in our face, and a lot of people would believe it, and especially the women. The women are the most vocal about it.
I mean, the problem is they use the athletes because it's the popularity. They believe because one athlete, or you can say all of them. That's not. You count the whole basketball league. That's only 430 people. That's only 430 people. But they all dated white women. That's not a dent, but it's the problem is every black woman imagine themselves being with that person, and they feel like the white woman took that from them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they imagine that shit. Because you want that person don't mean he wants you. That's the problem. And you know what I'm saying, and it's not even that they always marry white women. A lot of the time they be with the black girl, then they leave or whatever the case may be, for whatever reason, what may happen in the future. And I hate to say it, white women just let niggas get away with shit that black women just don't. They just tolerate a level of what is it?
Disrespect.
Yeah, disrespect that black women just, and that's just what it is. It's not that they don't like you. It's just shit. She ain't gonna say nothing. Ain't gonna let me do the fuck I do in peace. It's either you do what the white woman do, shut the fuck up and let a nigga do what he does in peace.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to do that. They wanna, and I hate to say it, black women before, they let niggas do that shit in peace. As long as you took care of the home, this, that, the third, you didn't disrespect them. Most niggas had 2 to 3 families. You don't know shit about that shit till that nigga died. Okay? So.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Just kind of going a little bit of slightly more detail with certain things you said is with the oh man, I lost my train of thought regarding the damn, that shit gone too. Anyway, yeah, but regarding like the fact that a lot of athletes are just engaging with the white women, and especially with your point that you made regarding like white women being letting a lot more shit slide that black women won't let slide. There's multiple reasons for that, and everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own pie chart as far as the reasoning for allowing more or less disrespect. I would say that a lot of women were, a lot of these girls were groomed to tolerate like this type of disrespect, especially when it comes to, these black athletes. You like what's that? There's some girl that went that went viral because she's inviting black basketball players, football players, to quarter and all the other shit, and so it's like and she's not the first one. She's not gonna be the last, and there's hundreds, thousands more of those girls.
Shit true, bro. She just be trolling. She got to show me that all these niggas hopped in her.
Yeah, I knew what you're talking about.
I don't even think it's really true because she don't date athletes. She don't like if you don't see her at no fucking football games, basketball games, soccer games. She's asking for that attention, hoping they will pay attention to her. But she's just telling that y'all and black women are getting mad like, but she didn't even show y'all no proof.
I think that was the follow up. The initial thing that got her viral was like her inviting.
She said, got all
I think she was serious about that though.
Nah, because bro, they know who she is. She ain't all that folk. She get treated. She be trying to suck a lot of niggas' dicks and they be treating her. So I'm just saying she's very overly thirsty. You know what I'm saying? She's not somebody you really want to be seen with. She's not even a high class white woman. I hate to say it. She's low tier. Very low tier. So I don't think
she look good either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's very low tier. And when you see niggas with the white women, it's high tier. Okay?
Yeah, the men of that stat, like the athletes and stuff like that.
They have high tier.
So
she's like trailer park trash. I'm sorry, she really is.
I definitely think I don't think she was I don't think she was serious when she said all those guys like flood her DMs and stuff like that. I do think she was serious when she was inviting people to. Yeah, I think she wasn't serious when she was inviting men to court her and stuff like that. But like, and that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Like, men and these women, like I said, they're groomed to do this. They know even if they're not groomed by their parents to do it, they're essentially groomed by society and capitalism to go in that direction. They see what these guys like. They like these girls that are easier to deal with, that are high in density, that are in their general area. Because like think of this real quick, right? LeBron James' son, Bronny. Everybody was criticizing him for getting with that girl, and I'm like, the first thing I'm thinking of is, well, Brian, he put his son in that environment. You know what I'm saying?
Probably not even a lot of black girls that go to his school.
That's what I'm saying, and the black girls that go to his school probably not as thirsty as those white girls that was going. And mind you, it's thousands of them are trying to get with LeBron. So it's like I'm like when I saw him, with that
school, bro, his social media is ridiculous. You understand? We didn't even have social media. He has social media. Since he's been a kid, he's had over 1 million plus followers.
Yeah.
That's women in his DMs every fucking day because whose son he is. It's like you can't. you can't fathom the attention that he gets, and you be like, he's supposed to see you because you black. That's the fucked up part. You just feel like, you supposed to see me.
Yeah, bro. The only way that is gonna work, that's gonna happen, and I've had to argue. I've had to argue with so many people regarding this. Look, his parents were gonna have to groom the piss out of him, and then essentially turn him into a Dr. Umar. He didn't have to be a black supremacist, like a black nationalist, like you name it. He had to been on that time, and he had to been trained in that way in order for him to look past all those women and then choose a black woman. It just kind of is what it is. And if black women aren't really, if a black woman gonna look at that situation and turn their nose up, but they're not grooming their kids to go straight after black men and go after or black women, then you really don't have a place in this fight. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta show some empathy. You gotta show some knowledge of perspective and can take those things into consideration before you start judging people. So, but with that aside, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it's good. It's really important that people understand why these black athletes are kind of always end up with these white women. It means that they weren't groomed to be, black nationalists or like super duper pro black, and instead it was and they pretty much was just left. I don't know. They was thrown out there with the wolves, and those wolves just turned out to be a whole bunch of opportunistic women. You know what I'm saying? And for the simple fact that majority of these women are not black. You know what I'm saying? What else is there to say? That's what they're gonna end up with, because there's so many of them, because they're in these rich neighborhoods, these high-end neighborhoods, and all of these girls know what time it is. They're rich right now, and they know they don't have any numbers. They know they have no skills, and they want to remain rich. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna pair bond with these rich, skilled athletes. It just kind of is what it is, and I'm not saying I'm not instructing black women to be more thirsty when they see these athletes and stuff like that. But you just gotta just understand what kind of happened. You know what I'm saying? But with that aside, with all that, finally taken care of, now we can finally engage the actual numbers here. 95% of black men that make over $100,000. 200,000. 95 of them are married to black women. So, like, can we finally put this narrative behind us and understand every black? I shouldn't have to say this again, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There's nobody on this planet that's gonna appreciate, love, and adore black women the way black men have. I'm talking about black women that in all shapes and sizes. Like white, when you see a white man with a black woman, do you see him with a black woman that's not a Coke bottle shape?
He get the best one.
He get the, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I see a whole lot of brothers with all types of shapes and sizes with black women, because we are the only ones that truly appreciate it.
That white man ain't gonna love that fat bitch now. He ain't gonna do it.
So I need black women to completely understand this from the inside and from all angles, and show some compassion, some empathy, man. And stop believing all this media BS, bro. So you got anything else to close out with?
That's it all, brother.
Man, we out here, man. It's been a Shock Black Ladies podcast. We catch you on the flip side. All right, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for watching this band. This band King Savage. He about to get out of here. I'm gonna take me a nice little break, and then I'm gonna come back in and do like another little video reaction with y'all. So, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Thanks for sliding us. King, you got anything coming up, man?
Not at all, man. Not at all.
All right, so, all right, bro. Take care of yourself, man. I'm sure.
I ain't setting a hard game. It's had a long time.
Good old Smash Bros. How long? You got here like four, didn't you? Yep. That's because we doing all that setup shit. All right, man. That's about all. That's all it needs for, man. You ain't finna go to your mom's house? Your grandma's house?
Nah, I don't know. I got called. She asked me. I come down and put up here
because she was talking about that weight shit.
That's why she called me. That's why.
So we can do it next. You brought your truck.